There is something amazing I want you to realize. Even if you have never chanted, specific mantras of Madhyagā Devi or Varahi Devi, just by reciting Lalita Sahasranamam every day, you are connecting to their divine energies of fire around goddess, and she's protecting her sacred space. So these Tithi Nitya Devis are worshipped in the innermost triangle of the Sri Chakra. And this verse, close your eyes, picture Lalita Devi radiant and calm, seated in the center of your heart. Every time you chant Lalita Sahasranam, you have all this divine energies protecting you. And there's a sacred fire purifying you. You're protected, you're guided, and you will prepare for something good. Om Shri Matre Namaha. So let's meditate on verse 27.
Kiricakrarathārūḍha Daṇḍanāthā puraskṛtā jvālāmālinikākṣipta vahni prākāra madhyagā.
Kiri, boar, Varaha, Chakra, wheel, Ratha, chariot, Arudha, mounted upon, Danda, staff, Nada, lord, puraskṛtā, escorted by or led by. She who rides the chariot called Kiricakra, escorted by Daṇḍanāthā Devi. So Divine Mother is riding this special chariot. It's called Kiricakra, which is like a boar-shaped chariot and escorted by Daṇḍanāthā Devi. Daṇḍanāthā Devi is none other than goddess Varahi.
Om kiricakrarathārūḍha Daṇḍanāthā puraskṛtāyai Namaha.
A truly unique and potent form of the Divine Mother. So let's talk more about Varahi Devi and her relation with Lalita Devi. See, Varahi Devi is one of the most powerful forms of Divine Mother's Shakti Sena. She is like Lalita Devi's personal bodyguard, her commander-in-chief, her most trusted warrior general. We spoke about Madhyagā Devi in the previous verse, who is Lalita Devi's prime minister. Here, Varahi Devi is commander-in-chief. She has a face of boar, very powerful, fierce face, and the body of a queen, royal and armored and ready to protect everybody. She holds a danda, a staff, danda, right? A stick kind of thing. Danda is to discipline, people. Without discipline, there is no progress, right? I mean, even if you look at our lives, we progressed in school, etc., because there was discipline. So discipline is very important for progress, even for spiritual progress. So before Devi's grace can enter our life, our path has to be cleared, right? And Varahi Devi clears that path for us. Now here there is something very fascinating and interesting. Let's talk about her face. It's not normal pig face. It's Kiri means wild boar, wild pig, right? In Sanskrit it's called Kiri. It's not your farm pig, right? Wild pig is untamed, very powerful. And one very particular peculiar habit of wild boar is digging. It digs deep. They dig. Not just surface level, go deep, and it uproots things. They unearth things, what is buried under layers and layers of mud. Now, there's a symbolic meaning to this. So Varahi Devi in her boar-faced form does the same thing to our mind. She digs deep into our subconscious and take out all the hidden stuff. What are the hidden stuff? Your fear, your doubt, your inner resistance, your laziness, whatever stops you from meditating, chanting, your ego. She goes in like wild, fearless, and full of divine love, tough love, and uproots all of it. So she helps you to go deeper, and she helps you to pull out all those old patterns and karmas that have been holding you back. So that's the significance of this boar face. Because only when those inner blockages are removed, the path is clear and you can reach, Lalita Devi's and her grace. So next time you feel like things are being shaken inside you, know that Varahi Devi is at work. And she's not destroying you, she's preparing you. She's digging through the darkness so that you can finally bloom in the light. And she helps you face your inner darkness. The second thing is discipline. She teaches you that she has this Danda, right? She reminds you that without self-control, we get stuck in things, in the same cycle. Right? You need discipline to do any spiritual practice, sadhana, if you want to do it consistently. So that's why she has this Danda in her hand. She's called Daṇḍanāthā. The third thing is she gives you protection and fearlessness. So in our everyday life, we have a lot of fears, right? Fear of failure, fear of what people think, fear of change. So Varahi Devi shows us that you can be fearless, unafraid, and she protects you. There is something amazing I want you to realize. Even if you have never chanted, specific mantras of Madhyagā Devi or Varahi Devi, just by reciting Lalita Sahasranamam every day, you are connecting to their divine energies. I know many of you have been chanting, Lalita Sahasranamam for years, maybe decades. So every single time you chant, you are invoking, Lalita Devi's, all those other divine energies. You are receiving blessings from all the goddesses who serve Lalita Devi, who is surrounded, like in her circle. Isn't it incredible?
ॐ किरिचक्ररथारूढ दण्डनादा पुरस्कृतायै नमः.
So just think about it like this. Before you welcome important guests to your home, you clean up your home, right? You remove dust, clear clutter, make everything beautiful. So Varahi Devi is that divine force that cleans your inner house. So the beautiful presence of Lalita Devi can shine inside you. It is said without Varahi Devi's permission, protection, no devotee can approach Lalita Devi. She stands as the gatekeeper, the guardian, the one who makes sure you are ready and you have discipline and the courage to meet Lalita Devi. So for those who are into Shakti Sadhana, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Varahi Devi holds an incredible special place, right, in sadhanas. She is one of the Saptamatrikas, the 7 divine mothers. She is seated 5th, and she is also called Panchami, the 5th one. These are not just symbolic forms. So these are like powerful energies representing different aspects of the divine mother, divine feminine. So she removes all the obstacles in your path, both outside and inside. She protects you. She protects you from all these negative energies, negative emotions. She gives you courage. She gives you courage to speak the truth. She'll stand up for you. She keeps your spiritual path steady when distractions try to pull you away. So that's the power of Varahi Devi. And one of the cherished qualities of Varahi Devi is she's a beloved goddess for a lot of people because she responds very fast, very, very fast. It is said she's very close to our earth plane. So when you call her with sincere heart, she doesn't delay because that's not her nature. Her nature is to respond. She comes and she protects you. And she is like that friend who doesn't just listen to you, to your problems, but she gets up, roll up her sleeves and says come, let's fix this. Because that's how she is. So when you feel stuck, spiritually or emotionally, just call her. She'll cut through all the noise and she'll just come and she'll step up and she'll support you. So in yogic systems, Varahi Devi resides here, the third eye chakra, the center of clarity and willpower. So when you meditate on her, she activates this center. And you suddenly feel more decisive, more clear-headed, more energized. That's why people who chant, their lives change fast because things will happen, right? Because she awakens this part for decision, clarity, willpower, and things like that. There are a lot of devotees, shared how after sincerely praying to Varahi Devi, their obstacles will go away, and suddenly a lot of long pending decisions become clear, protection basically in unexpected ways. And there's a lot of spiritual energy within you when you pray to her. So the most simple mantra to chant is Om Varahi Devyai Namaha. So just visualize her and call her with devotion. She will reach out to you very fast. This you can chant without any diksha or initiation. Maybe minimum 108 times. If you have time, you can chant more than that. So just chant, or when you chant Lalita Sahasranamam, when you chant this verse, kiricakrarathārūḍha Daṇḍanāthā puraskṛtā, just visualize Varahi Devi. Imagine every fear, doubt, your negative thought, all those negative thoughts are like weeds, and she is uprooting it, boar, right, uprooting it, and she's protecting you. So the good thing is, even if you're not doing any separate Varahi sadhana or chanting any Varahi sotrams, just by chanting Lalita Sahasranamam, you are bathing into her protection and her power. So next time when you chant this line, just smile and feel strong, power inside, because you're protected, you're guided, and this is Lalita Devi's most loving warrior, Varahi Devi. Om Varahi Devyai Namaha.
Om Kiricakrarathārūḍha Daṇḍanāthā Namaha.
She who resides in the center of a fort made of fire, created by the goddess Jwala Malini. Jwala means flame or fire. Malini is a garland, Kṣipta means surrounded by or enveloped. Vahni, fire. Prākāra means wall or a fort. Madhyagā, middle. So Lalita Devi resides in the center of a blazing fort made of fire. And it's guarded by the goddess Jwala Malini. So who is Jwala Malini? She is one of the Tithi Nitya Devis. So what is Tithi? If you're not familiar with it, I'll explain this. So in our Hindu tradition, time is not measured by clock or calendar, right? So we follow the moon's sacred movement. So just like you have weeks and months in our English calendar, our Hindu calendar is based on the lunar cycle, right? How the moon transforms from full moon to new moon and back again. So each lunar month consists of 30 lunar days, and each day is referred to as a Tithi, moon day. And these 30 days are divided into two halves. That is Shukla Paksham, which is the bright half, which is from new moon to full moon, and Krishna Paksham, which is dark half, the full moon to new moon. So each of these lunar days has its own guardian goddess, a divine feminine energy who rules that particular day. So there are like 15 main Nitya Devis, and Jwala Malini rules the 14th Tithi called Chaturdashi. So her name means the one who wears a garland of flames. Jwala is flame, Malini, garlanded, adorned. So she represents that, that fire. She will burn away all the negativity, ignorance, and she clears the path, for us to reach the divine. So in the Lalita Sahasranamam, she is described as someone who's creating this fort of fire around goddess, and she's protecting her sacred space. So these Tithi Nitya Devis are worshipped in the innermost triangle of the Sri Chakra. This triangle surrounds, there's a bindu in the middle where Lalita Devi is seated. And each of the three sides of this triangle, there are 5 goddesses, making a total of 15, 5 into 3. And these goddesses are like gatekeepers of, or the divine friends of Lalita Devi. They help the devotees progress inward, step by step towards the Divine Mother. If you ever read Devi Kadkamala, which literally means the garland of the sword, or you will find this name, Jwala Malini, there. Even Varahi Devi's name is there. So these Devis are protective divine energy, or warriors of light. So during the cosmic war with Bandasura, Lalita Devi commanded Jwala Malini to create this fire fort, like a firewall, like in computers and security, a firewall, right? Something very similar to that. So it's a firewall. So she creates firewall to protect her army. So when the verse says vahni prākāra madhyagā, it means Lalita Devi is seated in the middle of this fire fort, protected on all sides. And this is the literal meaning. So there's a deep symbolism. The symbolic meaning is this. It's about our journey again, in our inner journey, our spiritual journey, and there is a temple inside, inner temple. That is your innermost self. And there is the Divine Mother sitting inside us in the sacred center. But before you can reach that inner bindu, there are a lot of obstacles. You need clarity. And you have to go through this ring of fire to reach here. So the ring is the Jwala Malini, the divine fire of transformation. Fire is sacred, right, in any spiritual tradition. And fire purifies us. So before we come closer to the truth, to the love, to the grace, something inside us must burn. Our ego, our illusion, our inner baggage. So Jwala Malini represents that purifying fire that clears the path to reach the divine. So this verse is telling us, if you want to experience the presence of Lalita Devi, then allow the fire of divine grace to burn away what no longer serves you. It's Jwala Malini showing up and saying, let me burn what's blocking you. Let me prepare you to meet your highest self. So here is something incredible. Every time you chant Lalita Sahasranamam, you are not just invoking Lalita Devi, you are connecting with all these powerful protective energies, including Jwala Malini's transformative fire. Even if you have never specifically meditated on Tithi Nitya Devis, just by reciting these verses, you are receiving their blessing. So you have been held in that sacred ring of fire, protected and purified. So this is what I want you to do. So next time when you chant this verse, close your eyes, picture Lalita Devi radiant and calm, seated in the center of your heart. See her surrounded by a swirling, beautiful ring of fire, not destructive but protective, purifying. Know that this fire is your friend. It is grace. It is preparing you to receive deeper joy, bliss and freedom. So feel that sacred protection within you when you are in your journey. You have a goddess who wears flames as a jewelry, creating that fort of divine fire around your soul. Fire is a divine love. This fire is burning away all that is not you, so your true self can shine. This verse is a reminder that every challenge you face, the purification you go through, the moments when you feel like you are being tested, that is Jwala Malini's divine fire at work, preparing you for something beautiful. You're protected, you've been purified, you've been prepared for the highest experience of love and truth. So let's recap verse 27. The cosmic chariot, Kiricakra, led by the warrior, Varahi Devi, your spiritual bodyguard who clears all obstacles from your path with her Danda of divine discipline. In the next line, Lalita Devi is sitting and she's protected in the center of a blazing fort of fire created by Jwala Malini, the goddess who wears a flame as a garland. So this is not a destructive fire, it's a sacred fire of transformation that purifies your soul, burning away all that no longer serves you. So every time you chant Lalita Sahasranamam, you have all this divine energies protecting you. And there's a sacred fire purifying you. You're protected, you're guided, and you've been prepared for something beautiful. May Devi Varahi bless you with courage. May Devi Jwala Malini, purify you. May you feel the loving protection of the Divine Mother always with you. Om Shri Matre Namaha.